Okay, in this video we're going to continue looking at things to make your life easier, and I already have it so that my shell will confirm before I delete with remove, copy, and move. Now I want to look at making backups. rsync is the command that can do that. If I just run it, it'll show me some options, or you can rsync. I'll just give you a way to use it to doing backups. So rsync-a for archive and v for verbose if there's any messages. And let's say I just want to back up my about directory into a folder called backup. Okay, so that prints off what happened, and if I look in about, there's a name there, and if I look in backup, there's about with name. Alright, I could do this now for all of my directories here. I did not give it a destination there. Right, let's give it a destination. Okay, so now if I look in my backup directory, there's all those things. So rsync-av sum directory, and then backup is one way to do it. Okay, so I could do that. I'll show you something else that we can do here that would be helpful. I'll have a file called backup.sh. Okay, so in here I'm going to have some commands, and so it'll be things like I just did. So rsync-av about backup, and other things. So let's say I want to do exam, quiz, public_HTML, files. I could list out everything, notes. Alright, so I would like to run all of these commands, and here I have them in a file. So one way to do this is to put a first line like this. So this will, what this does is this tells the terminal that if I try to actually run this file is not a program, it's just text, but if I try to run it, what it will do is it will look inside of, it'll try to run it using this tcsh program. So let's see what happens if I try to do that. So I'll try to run backup.sh. It says permission denied because if I look at it, backup.sh is not executable. It's not a program. But if I say chmod user plus executable backup.sh, okay, so now I say that it is something I could try to run. If I try to run it, then it just went ahead and did all of those commands. If I look in backup now, that's all the stuff that I wanted to back up. Okay, so this is under shell script. So you can make the first line this, and you make it executable, and you put in commands, then run by being in the directory and typing /shell script file name. Okay, and the reason I put /bin/tcsh, if we look at, so PS prints processes that are running. One process that's running here is tcsh. That's actually the name of the terminal program that I'm running right now. So that's the name of the program on the CS server that's reading my commands. and so I may as well use the same thing, whatever I'm used to. So that if I type the commands and they work, then I could also put them in this file and it would happen automatically. And the nice thing about rsync is it will just update what needs to be updated. So if files haven't changed, then it doesn't actually do any work. It'll just leave them there. So if you keep a backup directory and you make a script like this, you can run rsync anytime you want. So you run this backup script anytime you want to make sure that you have a new backup, and depending on the size of your files, you could make something called backup 1, or let's see, let's remove backup 1, remove dir backup 1, and if I want confirmation for that, then go back to another video, but I could add that in as an alias. If you watched another video, you would know what this means. So this was remove dir. So next time I log in, that'll ask me before doing that. So, but if I want to copy this backup off, I could use the copy command, or I could use rsync itself. Let's use copy. So I'll do copy-r for recursive, backup into backup 1. Okay, so now I have backup 1. That won't get changed by my backup script because my backup script goes into just backup. Okay, so that is making backups for yourself. Now another thing you probably want to do, and you may not remember, is you can use an FTP program. So if you're running on Mac or Linux, you can just use the command sftp your username @cs, and then I see my files there, and I could get and put them. So I could get backup.sh, and that would be now on my local computer. If I go into my computer here, the folder that I was in there, I think, was here. So there's backup.sh. This is on my computer. That would be doing individual files. A more user-friendly interface would be to use a graphical file transfer program. Filezilla is one that works on Mac and Windows that we've looked at before. So you would enter in your user information and port 22 for secure, password, and then I could just drag things over. So if I wanted to just transfer my backup directory or my backup script and then transfer that over here into whatever directory I want to. So let's say I want to put it on my documents. So that goes ahead and transfers all the files. All right, so that's it for some thoughts about doing backups.